capable of. Since the release of the unfortunate emergency, everything has been going according to such a bad scenario that sometimes it feels like I died.
Hello.
That day hell began. I can't explain what is happening and what the CEO of Invisible Narratives is doing any other way. It just doesn't fit in my head that there are such ego-driven and delusional people. If you don't know what happened, then I'll briefly...
Sorry, y'all, I'm probably watching over a video. Probably less commentary or whatnot. Let's get on to it.
And states that we are
just till, well, my timer
supposedly proof of that. Then already
probably
today,
running a lot of
for the second time information from my private messages with his other employee, and again completely changing the narrative, making me look like a person who, quote, chose rumors over facts. But this is only the cherry on top. If you forgot, this is the same person who wanted to scare me with a lawsuit so that I delete the video about Michael Bay's project, as well as the person who for months regularly sends privacy complaints to my channel. But that's about me. Unfortunately, the dramas connected with Adam Goodman don't end with me. This person with his actions...
For tough allergies and nasal congestion, ask for Allegra D. One pill works for 24 hours. Try Allegra D.
1 second you're tucking them in, the next, your heart's racing.
Please remember. Literally destroyed even the most loyal people who at the beginning of everything that was happening still supported him with the thesis that not everything is so clear and so on. But as we will once again see today, this person is absolutely hopeless, insane, and deaf to arguments. And to not drag the beginning too much, let's immediately start with analyzing everything that happened over the last 2 days, where I will demonstrate proofs and arguments why almost everything he wrote is either manipulation or mockery or blatant lies. It all started with the fact that YouTuber IBO suddenly started a stream. And as it turned out, the reason was an unexpected correspondence between him and Adam Goodman. And unexpected this meeting is because EBO is a Spanish-speaking YouTuber who doesn't know English and who, as I already mentioned many times, can be emotional. And Adam Goodman, out of all YouTubers, chose exactly him for a conversation in a call format, which already was obvious would lead to drama or an ineffective conversation. In the end, that's what happened. Adam called EBO many times, but the call didn't happen because Instagram calls didn't come through due to technical problems. Most likely the reason is that they were not following each other or other reasons. Here, Adam writes that something with the phone doesn't work, but he tries to call and then says, let's schedule a conversation with normal technology. But in text format, IBO asked questions about where Alexi is, and the same repeated during the live stream by voice about Boom, but in response, Adam repeated 100 times that you are ignoring us and don't want dialogue. As proof of this, he cites EBO's very first message, where he wrote that he wanted to help with Skibidi Toilet, aka a collaboration between him and the company, to which Adam replied, let's get in touch. After that, EBO did not reply, possibly because he changed his mind about helping, because I remind the he made this statement where he says that the call that...
Oh, that's fun. I just love it when that...
with Adam Goodman and Skibidi Toilet YouTubers was a failure, and we were not given answers about where Alexi is. After that group call, the biggest wave of dissatisfaction started, and many YouTubers for the first time began to speak out and openly say what is happening. And in the end, by the way, EBO did reply, but not to Adam, rather to Dylan, an employee of Invisible Narratives, saying that we only want one thing, Boom's return. And Dylan writes here that you are spreading rumors and do not understand the situation, suggesting to talk. But this looks more like a reputation damage control style conversation, like it already was on the group call a couple of days before, rather than a dialogue where they are actually ready to answer questions. However, even considering that background, I can't get into EBO's head and understand the reasons why he decided to ignore that November call. But I can speak for myself, because the second proof of his words that we supposedly ignore them was the leak of 2 screenshots from my private messages addressed to an Invis employee. And again, the messages are dated November 6th, the same day when we had that group call. By the way, I would like to keep the nickname of this employee anonymous, but unfortunately, Adam for some reason didn't care about privacy and didn't hide the employee's name in the screenshot. But for the video, I will cover his nickname on all screenshots, including the one Adam leaked, because the employee is not guilty of what is happening. And out of all employees, he treated YouTubers the best. And it's a pity that such a good guy got unlucky with a boss. So God sees I didn't want to leak private messages, and I didn't leak them until this moment. But since for Adam facts matter and not rumors and assumptions, then let's dive into facts. On your screen is the first message that started the whole dialogue process. On the 3rd at 2 a.m., I decided to write him an email because I couldn't sleep from stress and the situation. I mentioned in the email the compilation video and the shorts video and why it is a huge mistake to publish such content on Boom's channel. I got a reply the very next day that I will receive an answer, and he even wrote, quote, "I don't want to give you some corporate washed answer, hence why I haven't replied to all of the Discord messages." Here he probably means Discord messages in the shared Discord server, because YouTubers, including me in the general chat, of course asked questions when we saw those videos released. And that same evening, the employee writes to me that he would like to talk with me on the phone. I gave him my phone number, of course, and he wrote me a few text messages. They were quite interesting things. He wrote to me that the content will improve. We are still learning to do YouTube, that he is not involved in the production process, but said that they talk with Boom every day, and Boom very much involved, and so on. Well, in November, a lot was not yet known and leaked, so I still trusted everything that Invisible Narratives told me. So our conversation ended satisfactorily, and I was glad that I was heard. He wrote that with actions they will return trust back, and I waited for actions or something, and I had hope that they would fix all problems. 2 days after that conversation,
they're gonna lose a work. They're gonna lose a work.
I again respond, if Adam is watching me, then if a person responds, it means he is not ignoring you. It's strange that as proof of creators being ignored, you chose exactly this screenshot, and specifically with me, which actually contradicts your point rather than supports it. So it gives me the impression that choosing me was random, since you don't have other cases and you just wanted to show at least something. This time they invited me to the office. Because of such an official invitation, I understood that the company really wants to hear me, and they really keep in touch with me, so of course I responded. And also, I didn't just reply with a couple of short messages to get them off me. I wrote a huge text that you can see in the background, and I recommend pausing and reading what I wrote to him. Because if I start reading all of it now, the video will drag on a lot. I wrote it as a Word document since it didn't fit in Discord, and I also added follow-up messages when I reread it.
Where do you find the soul of BMW? And those who drive it.
In short, my whole thesis in this huge message is that all problems can be easily solved if Boom again controls the creative part of the project as it was before. I mentioned that I don't see the point of coming to the office because I don't want to help you in the sense that it's not me you need, but Boom. I don't want to replace him without his permission. If Boom himself told me to go to the office, I would definitely go. And that was the main reason why I ultimately didn't go to their office a second time. Although, if they had replied to me, maybe I would have gone. For example, if they had given a clear reason and explained the purpose of that visit. Because my very first goal is to bring Boom back, and only then everything else. I would gladly help them if I saw no selfish motives in their request. I don't want to work with them in the format they are offering, since it seemed to me that they want to use me. Because they didn't even mention at all what Boom himself thinks about this idea, and whether he is okay with me helping them. And a conversation in text format or in a call is more acceptable to me in this situation. Plus, I don't like the format of real-life conversations on serious topics because I don't know English very well, and it is much easier for me to explain my thoughts in text format, which is exactly what I did. But again, where did Adam Goodman see ignoring? Why does he think that I ignored them here if everything is the opposite? I literally wrote a whole book, a huge text, where I pour out my soul and everything that I have in my head about the situation. Even more, I will say, after I wrote this huge text on which, if I'm not mistaken, I spent literally hours, and then reread and sent follow-up replies because I was glad that they want to listen to me. And also just in case, so that they definitely notice this message. Because I know that employees sometimes have a lot of messages accumulating in private messages, and they get lost sometimes. Because in the office, this employee showed me how many new messages he has, and I was shocked by the amount. So knowing this, I wrote him an email in case my correspondence gets lost accidentally, to which he replied that he will answer on the weekend. On November 8th, just in case I wrote "sounds good" to ping again and remind about myself. In the end, I have been waiting for an answer for more than 5 months. To what I wrote tons, they decided not to answer at all. Complete ignore, and then suddenly Adam comes out and says that I ignore them. The same applies to other employees. I will not show all correspondence, of course, because I don't see the need, but I never ignored if they wrote to me. Here, for example, the last messages with David. Or here is the last message with another employee. Yes, this is the whole correspondence, and again, my message is last. And after months of ignoring, as well as a letter from the company already from their lawyer with a threat of a lawsuit, I still have enough nerves and strength not to ignore them, and I still am not against talking to them if they want it. So as soon as Adam wrote that he wants to talk on a live stream with Ibio, guess what I did? Yes, I wrote to them again. Without any particular plan, just honestly laid out everything I think, without filters. And even mentioned in passing that I was very glad being in their office that day when they invited me, and mentioned that my dad is a witness that I was happy on the way home from the experience. And I already mentioned this even in the video about Michael Bay's project, which was deleted by Invisible Narratives, by the way. I did not hide that when I was in the office. I did not have a bad impression of them. In hindsight, of course, now when I remember, I have questions. But then in a completely different context, when even the Emergency series was not released, it was an awesome day. They also gave me toys of a new collection, which I wanted to unbox for a video. But after everything that happened, these toys remained in the package in the wardrobe. But you will not believe what happened next. Not only at the moment when I am writing this video, I have still not been answered and again essentially ignored. But Adam makes a Twitter comment to a post about me, quote, "Iron was never ignored. He was invited to the office. He was the only one who came to the office, sat with us, left and told his father it was a great day. Then he heard rumors and chose not to listen to facts. Facts matter. Iron chooses to ignore them." I never mentioned the moment with my father anywhere except in private messages literally a day before his post. This means two things. First, that he reads the correspondence of all his employees since he found out about this. And second, he leaks this information publicly for some reason, although he could have done without the dad and just say that I was happy. I don't know why he did this, but maybe this way he hints that there are no filters and breaks anymore, and he will leak everything he wants and how he wants without a particular reason, like in this case. And by the way, because of this message, it became clear that this is a real Twitter account of Adam, because publicly this was not known. Of course, this is harmless information, not something very personal that I would want to hide, but the very fact that the CEO of a company for the second time leaks information from private messages without any warnings or asking is extremely scary. Thank God I did not share anything very personal with Invisible Narratives employees, but if someone from Skibidi Toilet YouTubers or animators who work at Invisible Narratives is watching me, please be more careful and write to them only about work topics so that nothing accidentally leaks. But what amused me more was his phrase that I supposedly heard rumors and decided not to listen to facts which I ignore. I wonder what facts he is even talking about that I ignore.
Hello, friends! We are so excited to share a fun, new, and stylish craft for you and your bestie, featuring some...
I showed you some messages that they wrote to me. Did you find at least one fact there? I personally did not. They wrote to me the same thing they write in their public statements, essentially. I have no secret proofs or facts that Adam claims here. And what does it mean that then I heard rumors and decided to believe them? I would understand if these were really rumors, but everything I say I support with screenshots, logic, and facts. At the beginning, you even stated that Boom is on holiday. And you want us to believe this nonsense? These are your facts and truth? In other words, here Adam says, believe us at our word. Facts matter, and everything the community says is rumors, because it is not official information from us, and it differs from our narrative. Oh, guys, honestly, my head already hurts. I've been writing this script all day, and therefore I will probably make part 2 of this video, because this is not the end. Adam also wrote statements on Twitter that I would like to analyze and tell you about. Here he also wrote about EBO again and again, wrote that soon there will be facts, and in general, even the avatar and banner of his Twitter account is a separate topic for discussion. And as you could notice today, I did not leak all private messages, but only those that were needed to prove that I did not ignore them and still do not ignore, and I have nothing to hide. If they try again to show a screenshot taken out of context with a false narrative, I will defend myself and say how it really was. In private messages, I am not much different from what I say on YouTube. And therefore, it is sad for me that after so much effort and desire to help them explain that they are making a mistake by firing Boom, I end up getting such an answer. To summarize, friends, I think that everything that the CEO of Invisible Narratives does is some way to assert himself and control everything. And he hates the very fact that there is something he cannot take control of, because we YouTubers do not receive salary from them, and he cannot silence us because he has no leverage. Therefore, we see such actions from him towards me or towards EBO. Even from a business point of view, what he does makes no sense, and on the contrary, worsens the reputation of the company even more. Therefore, I get the feeling that he does this not even just for money, but in general, many of his actions are driven by a narcissistic breakdown. He burns everything around himself, or he simply behaves like a boomer and cannot adapt to the internet environment. I think in his case, it is both. And unfortunately, at such an age, people very rarely change. So we have what we have. I hope at least someone or something can solve this problem. I no longer know how to explain to this person that without Boom, Skibidi will die. But alas, one person with narcissism is enough to destroy the love and hope of millions of viewers. This is the world we live in. For some reason, in the end, it is always such people who get resources and power. Keep fighting, and thanks for watching. See you soon in part 2.
Then, yeah, because can't. I win.
W2 and file your taxes 100% free.
Checkmate.
Plus, get your biggest refund.
Woo!
Roughly 37% of filers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
Sorry,
is
guys.
recording.
No, what does Westside
We
Live
go
say?
back. Last time we was on Invincible.
Did I use my game
smacked
review?
The impact frames off of all of them.
Yeah, I did.
Last time we
I
was
used it
Invincible,
on,
Mark was getting mocked, generational. But we back.
You stay on this.
Look at me mugging the hell out of Mark.
Sup?
What?
I just got home.
The hell happened to your voice? Like you're not gonna like die as quickly as your people does, are you? Like that Viltrum mic blood is gonna kick in at any moment, right? Like
Yeah, that
you
was a mistake on
really
my part.
bad.
Take.
Furnace escape doesn't mean we have to stop him. There's other people helping too.
That's somewhat true, but man,
Check.
you got moved really quick.
You're both doing so much. Take a night off.
So I don't get to be tired. Or take a night off. Neither does
That was the most Spider-Man thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Everything that happened. The Guardians are still here.
This group is trash.
But you're wrong.
What? Who are you?
Our planet is overburdened and dying.
Uh-oh, we got one of them. We got the Thanos agenda.
You're gonna ruin everything. Which is why you need to die.
Oh my God.
See if I can
Is
play
that a
one more.
dinosaur? What? I wasn't expecting Barney to try to kill me. Like I was not expecting that.
You think
I picked this moment by accident.
I don't even know who you are, dude. Hey, why are you so strong? Mark, if we can't handle Barney the dinosaur, okay, how are we supposed to handle all the other villains? I need you to get in the
Why?
gym.
Because it's fun.
I need you to get in the gym. Woo! Right on that noggin. Oh, there goes taxpayer money.
It's not my fault.
Wait a minute.
What just happened?
Wait a
Where's the
minute.
dinosaur? It's me, but it's also not me.
So you're like Mexico? And if you know that reference, I just want you to know that I love you.
Invincible.
Hey, sir, I need you to. You just want to kill? Like, I need you to relax, buddy. I need you to relax.
Is everything all right?
What do you think? I think he needs therapy. That's what I think.
Here. I don't know what it is.
Is that supposed to do that? Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how much I do not care for these things.
Don't need to say as bold as power.
I like how things just keep happening in this show. Like, things just be happening in this show. People just be showing up in the show. It's like Justice League Unlimited on crack.
Come back to bed.
I like to get an early start.
Stay for breakfast at least.
Dizam. Like, that, sir, that is what we call a baddie right there. that is what we call a mature bad woman right there, my guy.
They know it.
She knows she bad too. Damn, Mark, we ain't even gonna ask her who she is.
I'm dying without this energy.
Yeah, but you're killing these people to get it. How does that make sense?
She didn't listen to a word you just said. This is not the time. This is not the time to go Spider-Man 2, man.
Our containment. They'll spread across the planet and we lose forever. Got it?
Honestly, the idea of that is pretty terrifying.
Hey!
Dizam! You got knocked up down!
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Sister,
The Rock.
your buddy, the ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe
Take me, I
you got
gay.
it too.
It's Chevy
Thank
Truck Month. Right now, get over $7,300 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $1,250
Check.
member incentive.
Well, actually,
Would you just look at those roots? They're Bonnie plants, of course.
Remember how many tomatoes we had last year from these?
Dozens and dozens. Always look for Bonnie at your local gardening store.
Now I gotta go into the apartment buildings too? Hell no! No, ain't no way this is gonna work.
What's up with your powers?
That's weird.
I don't know.
She's having a Spider-Man 2 crisis, y'all.
Always know just what to say.
Hardly.
I mean it. I'm lucky to have you.
You better not be evil or something, just so we can get Omni-Man and her back together. Don't do that. That would be really, really dumb. Please don't. It's boring. It's boring. Don't do that, please.
At 4%. Get that doctor there. 1%.
I'm gonna tell you that 1%. Hey man, I'm gonna need you to move. Wait a minute. Hey brother. Believe. What? What?
hi.
My gosh. Oh no, he just killed. You just broke Rule number 2 in the superhero handbook, Mark. Rule number 1, you never reveal your identity. Rule number 2, you do not kill civilians, even mind-controlled ones. You broke the rule, Mark. You do not hurt civilians. Oh, you are no Spider-Man, sir. Spider-Man and Batman would have sat there and waited as long as it took. Yo! No freaking way!
Now he's on pause, which isn't too faithful. He's here. Yeah. Check. He moves here. I do. He moves.
This show keeps finding ways to shock me. This man murdered a civilian. You don't do that, son. You don't do that. You're supposed to be a superhero. It's even more unfortunate that I actually agree with your decision. But it's... Oh, no! Yeah, homie wasn't making it. Yeah, it's already been like 30 seconds. Homie, with the fact that homie wasn't making it. You wasn't making it. I blame you. You're not fast enough. But it's like, damn, dude. You have to kill him so violently? Couldn't you try to, like, at least? This is what I mean, like, I know it probably would have killed him anyway, but you could have, like, pulled it off of him or something. Even if they killed him anyway, I would at least have, like, tried that before I blew his freaking head off. You could have killed him, I don't know, a little bit more, like, you know, so his family can recognize the body or something. Like, something, Mark. Something else. Then blowing his head off, man. You could have probably tried to... So you could have tweaked some things, sir. What now? We didn't do like 3 different things in the 3 episodes. What now? That if I was Cecil, and it was at the end of the day, and we almost had a hostile takeover, and somebody come in screaming through the door, talking about in a very concerned tone, sir, get the frick out my office. You see this alcohol? When you see this alcohol on my desk? No one talks to me when alcohol is on my desk. Okay, I don't want to hear it. We'll just let it pass this time, whatever it is. Okay, unless it's a Shemite, then we might need to get sturdy. But it's a Shemite. Oh damn! I guess we got to get sturdy. What is happening? I would already have like a breakdown if I was in this world. If I'm going to be for real. I would not like to be. I do not want to be in this world at all. Okay, I would have been having a mental breakdown with all these things happening at once. We kept this man alive, and we didn't have a proper cage for him. Nah, Cecil's the stupid one. What? Did we have a proper prison to stop him? Hey, y'all. Well, motherfucking too. I'm retired. No, go call Absolute Batman for this nonsense. I'm not doing it anymore.
What the hell is Absolute Batman gonna do?
Like, did y'all just think he wasn't gonna wake up? What the frick were you thinking? We have no chance. Oh, I'm done.
I could have won this, but it's okay. Sweet.
All right, the combatants are set. Run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle! I've come to make an announcement. This territory is now the base for my upcoming Eggman Land 2. What a joke! Yeah, I am Dr. Eggman, your genius overlord. Get a load of this. Shut up, nerd. You call these an invasion force? That seems so stupid. That's a decoy, you idiot. This power is without fear. It is poison strength.
Only two, which is fine. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Stream ending up short. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, let's see y'all later. Peace.